Normally I would apologize for being so late getting up here, but I'm not going to apologize because I was like our kids, enjoying the moment and being a part of something that is truly unique, a part of San Diego State basketball history, and our team and our fans, especially our student fans, but all our fans, will come back 10 years from now and 20 years from now and say, that's my banner, or I was here when they hung that banner, and I remember how they hung it. So it was an incredible game that it had a little bit of the trimmings of the game in Albuquerque when they scored the last basket of the half, and I think we went down 6, and then all of a sudden I think we cut it to 2 or went up a point, and then when they went on a 15-0 run, they went on 25 to 2 run on us, or 4 run on us in Albuquerque. And Justin Hudson, at the timeout, before the timeout, he said to me, do you want to try the 1-3-1? And I said, if you do, what do you think? And he knew I was uncertain. And he said, no, let's not do it. So after another dunk and a layup and a dunk, I said, timeout. We're going to the 1-3-1. And for some crazy reason, it worked. They no longer were able to throw the ball in at ease to the low post. I know they were taken off guard, so were our kids. And it got us obviously back in the game. Dwayne Poley was fabulous at the top of it. And we fought and fought and fought. Made plays and got a super, super win that was obviously tremendously important. The winner hangs a banner, the loser is the loser. So the 2 best teams played, and tonight we found a way to get a win. Our crowd was spectacular, as good as it's been in any game that I've been here, and they helped us. Our players were really good on the bench, cheering, in the game, playing. So it was very, very neat to be a part of. Anything?
The idea to go to the 1-3-1, of all the things you could have landed on, why did Justin come up with that?
Well, that's the only zone we have in right now, and even though I thought we defended them pretty good, they're big and they're strong, and they swing that ball to one side, and it's tough to continue to stay in front of them. And they hurt us. They hurt us inside, and they're good at it. So we've worked on it a little bit. We used it in Wyoming, but we were a little more crazy. We trapped too much in the full court, and we were wild with it. And tonight, I thought we were about as good as you could be in it. We extended it a little bit, and then got back and trapped them in the corners and made it hard on them. So we just said, let's try it. I mean, no harm, no foul when you're down 16 points and it looks like you got no chance. And somehow we had a chance.
When you were down by that much, what did you tell the guys in that timeout?
I said we're going to go to the 1-3-1. And I said, normally we don't stay in it on a miss. We go play it on a man-to-man on a miss. I said, we're staying in it. And I looked at the clock, and we're down 16. I said, let's win the next TV segment. Win the next TV timeout. And all of a sudden, the next TV timeout, we were outscored them 8-0. So and I put it out, 8-0. Win the next one. The next one, before somebody took a timeout, or with TV, it was 7-0. So we're right back, we're there. So we talked a little bit about that. I also, I told Ted Leitner, I did something that I haven't done before. Before we went out for the last time, I said, I'm going to do something that's a little corny if you're not a believer. I said, I'm going to turn the lights out. and I want you to have a little fast-forward film of this game tonight, about how you're playing. And then at the end, looking up, winning, and cutting the net down. So we turned the lights out, and about 30 seconds later, I said, let's go out and win. So I reminded them of that when we got back in the game. I said, remember what we talked about? Close your eyes. Go ahead and win the game. So sometimes you just have to get the fight and belief in you. And we had that, and we wanted to keep it. We were tired, and I didn't want to take Dwayne out. He should have come out, but I didn't want to take him out. He was playing too well.
Coach, where does this game rank in terms of best games coached in your coaching career?
I've been a part of a lot of really good wins. I told them again, I said, I've cut down the last net, and that's what we aspire to. But never I've been more proud of the way we fought and were able to cut this net down. It was incredible. I've been part of some comebacks, but I don't know that I've ever been part of one like this, and as meaningful as this one was. So it was really, really wonderful for all of us. I've been in a lot of games, but very few have been like this, that we've come away with a victory.
So Xavier Thames tonight, his performance pretty fitting considering senior night, the last home game, championship on the line.
X is what every coach dreams about having as part of his program. He's no maintenance. He's the team, the team, the team. He's got an ego, but he doesn't wear it on his sleeve. He's tough, tough-minded, and he competes. So I've always been an advocate that when you win, you get recognition. Everybody does. So I'll say this. As good as Barstow is, Xavier Thames should be the MVP of the regular season because of what happened all season, but because of the fact that we finished the deal tonight. So he had a marvelous career in front of our home fans, but it's not over yet, and he's a joy to be a part of the program. He's what you want to have.
When Kendall Williams and Hugh Greenwood got in foul trouble, especially when Kendall was pulled and put on the bench, how important was that when factoring into the comeback?
It's always helpful when your best players are on the bench with 4 fouls. Greenwood is probably their best on-ball defender. He was guarding X. Williams was MVP of the league last year. He knows how to play. He's very, very good. So you put him on the bench for a while, and it's helpful for your team. We've had similar situations. We had a little bit tonight where we had to put Skyler on the bench. And, so you have to be able to play with fouls, and they did. But obviously, when they're out of the game, it's a plus for us.
You're talking about visualization. Is there a mental edge you have to overcome too when you're down by that deficit? Not just what's going on in terms of schematics, especially maybe with guys hesitating on shots before and they make them now, or being aggressive when they were passive. Thinking about it before.
You can't look up and say we're down 16 points. How are we going to overcome it? You got to do it one bite at a time. One bite at a time. And that's what we tried to say. Let's go the next 3 or 4 minutes before the TV timeout. And don't worry about catching them. Win the next segment. So I think you, just like anything else, you said you want to win. That's the goal. Okay, you're here. The rung on the ladder to get to there, you got to do it one little step, one little bite at a time. And they were able to do that.
What was the one thing they were able to do on that run that stopped? Was it more of an offensive problem or a defensive problem? What do you think was the one you had to conquer there?
I'm sorry?
When they got on that initial run to put you down by that large deficit, what was the bigger thing you had to overcome? Their offensive play or your offense? But what was the big thing you felt that had to finish?
They were on a 15-0 run on us when we got down by 16. So it's both. you got to stop them, but you got to score too. And we did both in that last, I don't know how many minutes it was, but that last stretch, they didn't score. They made one corner three, and I think the last three Kendall Williams hit from the top. That might have been all they had. So, but what they also had was a perimeter game that struggled to throw the ball inside where they'd shoot us up. So we took advantage of that, and they had to take perimeter shots, and fortunately for us, they missed them. They got it?
Coach,
Okay, thank you.